Now coming to JDK JRE. Now here onwards, the all practical and most of the what we say like certification related things will start from here now. Okay, because till now it was just introduction and the categories in which Java occur, etc. Because to understand Java in detail, we should know like all these particular things, the basics in fact. So, but yes, now practical onwards or the certification point of view, here onwards it will start. Now JDK and JRE. Now what is the difference between JDK and JRE and when to use which one? So JDK first of all stands for Java Development Kit and JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. Now, if I have Java Development Kit installed, now like one of the question could be, which of these is required to execute a Java program? Option would be JDK, JRE both, or only JDK, or only JRE, or none of these, something like this. So remember, if you have only Java Development Kit installed, then you can only develop a Java program. See the name itself, Java Development Kit, means you can write a Java program, means you can write a source code, and then you can convert that source code to bytecode. That's it. Okay, this is what we can do if you have JDK. So generally, if you have JDK, you can convert from source code to bytecode, means you can write a .java program, you can compile and get a .class file, but you cannot run. Normal JDK doesn't has the execution capability. Then if I want to run that program, we have JRE. See the name itself, Java Runtime Environment. Means if I have JRE installed, I can convert from bytecode to machine code. Means the real execution happens if I have JRE. That is Java Runtime Environment. Fine. But when you install JDK, JDK comes with JRE. So remember, JDK comes with JRE, due to which we get both of these. Okay, that's why we don't have to install it separately, JDK and JRE. Because when we install JDK, JDK comes with JRE. But remember, both can be independent also. Means we can install JDK without JRE or JRE without JDK. Both are possible. So if I have only JDK without JRE, I can only develop, I cannot run. And if I install JRE without JDK, then I can only run, but I cannot create a program. So I should have existing bytecode files. Then I can run that. So generally in like production environment or most of the times only in the servers, what we can have only runtime environment, because I don't want anyone to develop any code over there. But in development environment, yes, I should be having both. I should be developing the code and I should be able to run it also. Then only I will know that what I have created is correct or not. So likewise, we have both the things available. Right. So here, this is like the two things. Now, whenever you install, okay, first of all, now the installation process. To install, we need to go to like browser, if actually it's not there in the system, and we have to actually download from here, Java Runtime. We can take Java Runtime, or let's take JDK download. Like this we can type. Preferred is to go for Java download version 8, JDK 8 download. So with login or without login doesn't matter. So when you say Java 8 download, JDK 8 download, it will take you to the Oracle website is the preferred one to go for. Okay, so go to this, because now JDK is under Oracle. So Java SE Development Kit 8 downloads, come down here. Here you can choose now which is your operating system. Whichever is yours, but mostly yes, might have Windows operating system. That time you can just click on this link, Windows x86 or x64. If it is 32-bit, then Windows x86, and if it is 64-bit Windows, which I prefer, I feel most of you will have Windows 64 only. So you can just click on this link. So once you click on this particular link, JDK 8U251, whatever is there, if I click on this link, it will immediately, now you can say, you must accept the Oracle license agreement. Yes, I reviewed and accepted, and we will be looking with Eclipse also at the end. So what I prefer is, first you can do is, you can actually only download this separately, because I am going to show you on Notepad first. Okay, I am not going to show you initially on the Eclipse. The reason is Eclipse will hide many details. So many details will be hidden, which if it is hidden, you will not be like ready for certification point of view. And certification is never in terms of Eclipse. Certification is purely the coding concepts of Java. So if you directly work on Eclipse for any of these particular things, then many of the concepts will be hidden, which will not be clear. So even though you have Eclipse, I better prefer you to download this separately and install it and separately work on Notepad initially few days. At the end of the course, we will discuss even about Eclipse and do the same stuff quickly over there. Mac OS and Linux come with inbuilt Java runtime environment. If it is displaying the option when you type Java C enter, it means it is available. It is already readily available. If it is not available, it will show you error saying that the Java C command is not recognized. Same thing with Linux also. Linux and Mac OS, it comes with pre-installed Java runtime. For us, okay, means whoever is working on Windows, they can better click on this particular link. So that it might ask you to do a sign in or create an account. So yes, you can just create a normal account. Okay, so no problem in creating account over here. It is just for their survey purpose, like how many people have downloaded and who has downloaded. For that, just they'll be asking these things. So you can just enter the details over here and click on sign in. Miss create account and then sign in with that account, and then it will start downloading. So in my case, I have already downloaded and installed. And yes, once downloaded, it will just a .exe file. Double click on that. Nothing special, just a default next till you get the final finish. Means till the next button is active, you keep on clicking on that. Once the whole installation is done, you will be finding in C drive. Once installation is done, you can go to C drive program files. In program files, go to Java folder. Inside the Java folder, see I have multiple versions of Java installed, version 8, version 10, version 12 as well. As still widely preferred is Java 8 only, or the more stable edition of Java is Java 8 we can say, which is widely used in the industries. So JDK 8 we can go here. So you should be noticing one thing first. You should have JDK and JRE both of that version, like 1.8, 1.8. It should not be like JDK 1.8 is there, JRE is missing. Or you have like JDK 1.8 or JDK 8 and JRE 9 or 7 something else. Then also it will not be correct. You should have same update. See here 1.8.0 underscore 191, same thing for JRE. So here, yes, now it is correct. So this is like two separate things which are available, JDK and JRE. So once installation is done, you can just notice these two folders should be there inside your program files Java folder. In program files folder, Java folder, you should be getting these two. So here we can see, just to show that JDK comes with JRE, see this is JRE separate folder available here already, but let's get inside JDK and see JDK also has JRE. So this JRE is available, which is also having bin lib, all these things, which you can find here, the similar thing, JRE with bin lib, same thing you can see. So it is like, yes, JDK is coming with JRE. So that's why nowadays we need only a reference to be made to JDK, as it has internally the reference to JRE. Finally, from installation point of view, yes, we should only download and install JDK, because JDK comes with JRE, so it will install both. But if by mistake you install JRE, then remember you cannot develop the program. Inside JDK bin folder, now these are two very important files, java.exe and javac.exe. We discussed like we do two steps in Java. One is like source code to bytecode, second bytecode to machine code. So this is the one which is to convert from source code to bytecode. Means .java to .class file, which is called Java C, nothing but Java compiler. Java C is Java compiler. And then the other tool, Java, this is from bytecode to machine, which is Java executor. It's a tool actually which will take your .class file, means the bytecode, and pass it to runtime environment to execute, where the interpreter will interpret it line by line. So these are the two very important tools required, Java C and Java. So this is for compilation, this is for execution. Now let's see all these things practically. So what I will do here is, I will come to Java online batch and right click here and new folder with the name Java. So Java programs. So inside this folder, I'll be creating all my Java programs. So I'll come here, and to open this folder on the command prompt, I can just see this is another shortcut way. So what we can do is, we can directly click not on this folder. After this, you can click like this and type just CMD and press enter. When you do like this, automatically it will open a command prompt to that path, rather than you opening a command prompt and then saying cd space desktop, cd space folder, all those things. So just a shortcut way, whichever folder you are right now in, you can just open the command prompt like that. So here, now I have come to Java programs folder. Let me see here by typing Java C first. Okay, if I press Java C, enter. Now see, if Java C is set in the path, then you will be getting something like this. Hyphen options, all these things will come. Means it will not show like Java C not recognized. If it is not able to find Java C, then definitely it will show the error. In my case, it's not showing, but in your case, it might show if you have installed recently. Now the reason why it is showing is, if it is showing, that's why I asked actually you to be ready with laptop and can start doing practical things. So you can, in the meanwhile, when I'm discussing, you can actually start the download within 5 minutes. If it is downloading, depending on your internet speed, you can double click and start installing. So once installation process is done, then immediately you can create a Java programs folder, and then inside that folder, you type here Java C and check even after installing Java software, is it showing something like this, the options or not. If like this options are coming, means yes, it is installed. And to specifically see which version is installed, we can type actually Java C space -v or hyphen version. So if I do, see, it is showing me that I have installed 1.8 version here. So Java C version is 1.8. So it is working, means yes, it is successfully available. Otherwise, sometimes when you type Java C and press enter, you might not get this option. It will show it is not recognized, Java C is not recognized as internal or external command, because where is Java C and Java tool? I showed you it is in JDK bin folder, and right now I am in Java programs folder. So it's not available right now. So in such cases, what we should do? In such cases, we should type set path equal to C:\program files /java /jdk /bin. So means I have to set the path to bin folder, because just now I showed you this is the folder where we have Java C and Java tools available. So after this, I will be typing %path %. So see, I'll be typing this. After this, if I type Java C space hyphen version or just Java C, now it will work. I'm telling in the case, in whoever case Java C is not working for them. So if Java C is not working even after installing, then you have to do just this thing. You have to set the path to the folder where you have Java C and Java tools available. So that is available in JDK. So you have to set the path to JDK bin path. And then why dot? Dot means, so we are saying that set the path to current folder. And then we are saying %path %. Now what will happen if I don't do this? What will happen is, if you set the path without this %path %, it will set the, in your current DOS prompt, it will set this path, but it will override, it will remove all the other path settings, which was a Windows path setting or operating system related path setting. So it will remove that, so that other commands will not work, like notepad command. Now see, notepad command is working. So if I don't put this %path %, that notepad command might not work. So, but it will, Java C, Java commands will work, but other commands will not work. So we are saying that even keep the previous path setting of operating system or whichever path setting is done. Keep that also, and add this also to the existing path of our operating system, so that I can access it from any location. So this is what we need to do. Now see, this is why I'm saying like I'm not using Eclipse, because all these things will be hidden in Eclipse. But in certification, it will be asking you from this point of view only. The commands it will be ask you, set path, set class path. Now when to use class path also I'll discuss. Right now, path. Path is always to JDK bin folder. Simple. Remember, path is always to JDK bin folder, and this is how to set the path. Second way to set the path is, we can go to actually environment variables of your operating system, and there also we can set it. Okay, either right click here or directly you can check here, like environment variables. Okay, so see, the option will come like edit the system environment variables. So you can go to start and in search, you can type this, edit the system environment variables. So I can click on this. So here you can see the advanced tab. Generally it might be computer name, this tab will be open. You have to select this advanced tab, and there the option will be there, environment variables. So we have to go to environment variables, and there see user variable and system variable. Generally in system variable path, see, this is that path setting. So here I have to come and click on edit. And here you can notice, see, in my case, it is already added here. That's why in my system, JavaC was recognized. But assume if this I remove from here, okay, if this is not added here, then I will not be able to run JavaC. I have to do set path only. Okay, so it is already available here, so that's why it's working in my system. So we can click on new here, and here we can actually paste that particular path. Okay, so that path we can paste here. Like I'm just pasting something which is not of use here, but this is how actually we can do it. So here I can paste that JDK bin path and click on OK. Then what will happen is like it will add up here in the path. After that, we can open the new DOS prompt, and there you can check by typing JavaC. Okay, you have to open a new DOS prompt after setting here the environment variables, not the existing prompt. So open new command prompt, then you can try. So there, this is the two ways. Okay, set path here or setting in the environment variables. So we have an option where we can switch. Like here how we can switch is the same thing, set path equal to. Now here I can switch by saying program files /java/jdk. Now rather than 1.8, I want to go for 1.10. So I can just type like this. And then semicolon dot semicolon percentage path percentage. Now you can notice after setting this path, if I type now JavaC space hyphen version, have a look. It is showing me JavaC 10 version now rather than 1.8. Means now my compilation and execution will happen through this version of Java. So here this is the command set path to do that. But in Eclipse, yes, there will be a separate UI path. In menu options, I'll show you, like we can go and there we can select different runtime. So here I have set the path. Okay, if I just exit from here, okay, now see I have set the path to 10, but if I exit and again if I open this command prompt, okay, like I'll come back to Java programs and open a new command prompt, and then if I type again JavaC hyphen version, you can see it will be back to 1.8. So if you are setting here manually set path equal to, then remember every time you exit the command prompt, you have to again open a new command prompt and again you have to set a new one. So rather than that, you can directly do it in environment variables, which I showed. So fine. So this is working. Now let's quickly write a program and see the final demo of this. So Java notepad abc.java. So you can see before that here in the folder, my folder is empty. And first program I'm writing here, notepad abc.java. A capital I have given. This is better to consider. Why I'll discuss in next class. But right now, just follow whatever I'm writing here. So abc.java, you can see one file is created here. Again, I'm closing and showing you what I have done. So coming and deleting this file. Right now, I don't have any single file here in the folder. I have to come here and type notepad abc.java. So when I type this, it will ask, do you want to create a new file? Yes. So see immediately in the background, abc.java file is created, but the size is 0 KB because no code is written. So I will write some code now, class abc. And inside that, like in any programming language, execution starts from main function. Here also we have public static void main. This is the syntax of main function in Java. The complete description about what is each keyword meaning, what they do, we'll discuss later. But right now, this is the complete syntax of main function. The complete description of a main function we'll discuss later when we come across those topics one by one. Like this is an array argument, from where this will come, why this is static, why public. Right now, don't worry about it, but this is the syntax. And then printf statement. Like any programming language, we start learning with hello world kind of thing. So here I'm printing hello everybody. Okay, hello everybody. So this is the code. Now see, right now it is 0 KB, but now if I save this particular thing, it has changed the size to 1 KB. Yes, now it has got some data. So this is the file now which is saved. Now I want to compile this. Before compiling, see how to compile, we discussed this JavaC, and to execute we have Java. So we have discussed, like in JDK bin folder, we have two tools, JavaC and Java, and both are now set. Either you can do set path to bin or in environment variables, which in my case is already set. So I have an access to JavaC, so you can test it by pressing JavaC. See, it is coming with options. Similarly, you can test it by putting Java also, like this. So then also it will show you options, or JavaC space hyphen version. So which JavaC version you are using, and also you type JavaC space hyphen version, Java space hyphen version. So to ensure, like, okay, we are using same version for compiling and execution or not. Because in some system, even this is a probability that you have JDK, means Java C pointing to 1.8, but JRE pointing to 1.7 or 9 something else. If you have multiple version of Java installed, it might be a probability. In that case, you will be able to compile, but while execution, there will be mismatch in version and it will show you error saying major minor version error. Okay, major minor version error will be the error if you're compiling with one version and executing with other version. Fine. So that's why you can make sure like, yes, both are showing you the same version with Java C hyphen version, Java space hyphen version. So yes, I have now, as it is showing me these things, means yes, I can have both of these two tools available with me. So Java C and Java, one to compile, one to execute. Now just to show you practically, first compiling. So I have abc.java, Java C, abc.java. Check out when I compile, I have no errors in the program. So if I compile, you can see it will generate one abc.class. This is what is bytecode. So source code is abc.java. We compiled successfully, we got .class. Again, I'm coming and deleting this file just to show you. Assume if I had some error in my program, like semicolon missing here. Semicolon is missing. So there it is syntactically wrong. Now if I try to compile this code, so see, it will show me the error, but you can notice there is no .class file created. So if there is an error in your program, it will not create a new bytecode. Fine. So compiler will check syntactically is everything correct or not. Now I will come back here and put semicolon and save it. And now I will recompile it. When I recompile it, now see everything is fine. So it created a bytecode .class file. And to run this bytecode, we need to write Java space ABC. So see, for compilation Java C, that is Java compiler. The name itself Java C, Java compiler. So it is compiling my .java file, means source code, and getting me the bytecode. Now I want to execute the bytecode. But one thing to remember, while executing bytecode, you don't put .class. See, while compilation, you need to put the extension .java, but while execution, you don't put .class. While execution, you have to only put this Java space ABC, because it knows it can only execute .class file. So when you say ABC, it will select .class only. And see, when I press enter, it will get me the output hello everybody. But if you type abc.class, what will happen is it will internally search for abc.class.class, which it doesn't find, because it will automatically append .class file. So now see, it will show me error, could not find or load abc.class, because it is searching now internally abc.class.class. So that's why while compiling only abc.java, but while executing ABC, just the .class file name, don't put extension. And again, how to prove that when I type Java ABC, it is actually taking .class only, not .java, just to show that I will delete the .class file from here now. And after that, I will type the same command, Java ABC. But check out now, this time if I execute, it will show me could not find or load main class ABC. Means what? Even though I have .java, it is searching for .class only. So again, I will come back here and compile it. Now the .class file is created. Yes, and then execute it. And hence output hello everybody is coming. Is everything clear? In real time, in fact, .class files are the only thing which are executable. So by default, even in Eclipse, when you write a program in .java, okay, actually when in Eclipse right click new class you do, it will create internally a .java file. And as soon as you save the file, immediately you save internally .class is created in Eclipse, because their saving is like compiling. So when you save the program in Eclipse, it will internally call Java C and it will actually compile it, which we cannot see. And due to that compilation only, it will show you the errors like red line. If semicolon is missing or some syntax is wrong, it will show you the error there. So that is because of like Java C is internally running every time you write anything and save it. So whenever we are actually giving it to client, we generally give only .class files. Yes, actually it is possible. We can, like we have compiler to convert from .java to .class file, we have decompilers to get back the .java from .class also. Okay, that is possible. Fine. So that's why we have another concept called as interface, which will come to later. So how to overcome this problem? Because what if the class is there and someone decompiles it and get back the .java? Then again we'll get back all the logic present inside the class, because class methods can have body. That's why we have a concept of interfaces also. So that's why the term also interface means something which is made available to customer is interface. But classes will be with you, with the logic. So you don't have to expose the classes to the customer. But yeah, that will be more clear when we cover the topic interface. In fact, see, it's not like we have to use these commands only to create. Okay, like here in Windows, I can just go in quickly here. I can right click and create like this new file also. Same thing in Mac and Linux you can do. So it's not like it has to be done from command prompt only. Okay, because this is like just creating some text file. Okay, with extension .java. Let me take xyz.java now. Okay, see, this time I'm creating like this. I just right clicked and created my own xyz.java. Open this file. And now I'm writing class xyz. Class xyz with public static void main. So same thing I'm doing once again here, string args. And then here I'm going to print this time system.out.println just for demo. So this is what I'm typing this time. So saved it. And now I will come here. Now see, regardless of whichever operating system. So as Notepad is coming here in Windows, that's why this time I created like manually a .java file. So in your own operating system, you can create like this in any manner, a file with the extension .java. Now you can type javac. Now this is what will be common in every operating system. See, Notepad is not a command related to Java. So certification point of view, Notepad will not come. But yes, javac, Java is like common thing for every operating system now. So javac xyz.java compiled in Java. So see .class file of xyz got created, then Java xyz, and see the output just for demo. Fine. So it's your comfort zone. However, you want to create these .java files. So rather than going here and right click new, I just prefer like using Notepad command here. But yes, you can create .java file in any manner. But yes, to compile and execute javac in Java.